God damn, right at the start, bro. What's up, Hitman? Hitman with the first, and also I can't vape for the first 5 minutes of stream. What's up, dude? How's it going? I know you well enough. I know you vape a lot during the start. That's so true. That's so true. Let me close this. Doing good? Well, if you didn't notice, I'm all kitted out today. Look at this. Wait, where is it? Look at that. Look at that. I'm all kitted out in my Brawl Stars esports gear. You got an interview tomorrow for a school application. Yeah, like you're interviewing to get into a specific school? That's interesting. Like college or like university? Specific colleges here are called universities. Like some colleges are universities, but we call them generally college. Interesting. Yep. Oh, that's exciting, dude. You're starting to look at where to go to college or where to go to university. Okay. He says, let me explain my country's education system. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, Estonia, right? I'm curious. G Baker, what's up? How's it going? How was your weekend, dude? Good to see you. Good. Hell yeah. Very chill. That's dope. Chill's always good in my book. How was DreamHack? This is basically what I'm going to be talking about all today. It was fucking dope, though. Like, even if Brawl Cup, like if I wasn't attending the Brawl Stars stuff, I would probably go back. Just because it was, like, so fun. Even, like, games that I'm not really a fan of, like Call of Duty, was just super fun to watch. Like the Call of Duty area was insane though. Like they had their own room, they had bars there. Like the rest of it was like pretty, I would say, family friendly. You go into the Call of Duty area and it was just like a different world. It was very different in the Call of Duty area. 1 to 9, grades 1 to 9 is mandatory. Okay. 10 to 12 is voluntary, but will give you a better future. Okay. Since the 10 to 12 isn't mandatory, they can decline applications like universities can after the 12th grade is uni. Interesting. I think that there's probably something similar. They don't make it very known that a certain point isn't mandatory, but I know that you can drop out of high school, which would be high school here is 9 to 12. Grade 9 to 12, and people drop out, and then people will go back later on sometimes to get what's called a GED, which I don't know what it stands for, but it's basically like getting your high school diploma after you're older. Yes, I'm from Estonia. Anzia! Oh, hi. I changed my name, but I am Anzia. Ah, okay. I don't know what to call you now, because I'm so used to calling you Anzia. Also, I feel like Anzia was easier to say maybe than Siostra. I kind of like that though. That sounds really cool. Siostra? I don't know. I probably butchered it. Don't get me wrong. That's funny as fuck. They're just raging in the COD zone. Yeah, for sure, dude. It was so different. There were no bars throughout the whole event that I saw, at least. It was massive, for one. But the COD zone definitely had a bar that was like packed the whole time. Like not like a bar you sit at, obviously, but like an event bar. Like if you went to a wedding, they have like those people set up. You just stand in line, you go get your thing, and you go elsewhere. You're a freshman in US. You're grade 9. I missed you, Unk. I missed you guys too. I missed you too. I would be a freshman. Yes. Yeah. All right, so check out all this cool shit I got. I got my table like set up with all this cool gear. These are the things that I got at DreamHack. Most of it, all of it is Brawl Stars related, technically. Technically, maybe not all Brawl Stars related, but... So, for instance, this SSG hat. SSG did not play... They're a Brawl Stars esports team. They did not play at the Brawl Cup, to be clear. Also, let's flip this on. This Brawl Cup Storytime. So SSG didn't play, but they did have like a van set up where they sold stuff, because they're like a legit esports team for like multiple different teams, like different games. I don't really know what all games they do, or what they were there for, but they were there. So I got some cool shit from them. I got like little hot dog SSG sticker. Some other little stickers for SSG. SSG is probably my... I don't know. I like Bobby a lot, so these are really dope. I got these little, like, covers for, like, your controller. What do they call it? Joystick? You, like, stick these on your little controller and rep SSG. And then I got some, like, keys for, like, a keyboard. They're really small. But they're, like, SSG. There's, like, a Glizzy one as well. So I'm going to get kitted out with all the glizzy stuff. You know what I mean? So that's the SSG stuff. And then after I show you guys all the cool shit that I got, I'm going to tell you a quick story. All right. So then everybody... So basically, you walk into DreamHack, and it's like a fucking mile to get to the actual event. Right? So... You park your car. It's at the Dallas Convention Center, and you walk. I'm not kidding you. Probably about a mile, maybe a little less, but it also could have been a little more to get to actually sitting down in a seat to watch some event, right? So you walk this mile. It's in through some different doors. It's backwards. Go up some escalators. Walk some more. Go to the registration area. Walk some more, get your badge scanned. These are the little badges that we had. You'll scan your little badge, and then you go in. And then when you walk in the double doors, the first thing that you see is Brawl Cup, which is the big event for Brawl Stars, where the different teams play and try to win and shit. And they're passing out free shit the whole weekend. And the crowd is pretty good. It depends on who they're playing, but everybody's got these little things, and they're all cheering. I was actually surprised to see how many like kind of adults there were. When I say adults, I mean like 20s to 30s. There were also some parents, and there were a bunch of kids, but I would say that it was a mix between adults and kids. Like 50-50 split, probably. Which I was surprised about. I kind of thought it would be a bunch of fucking kids. But so, I got what was called like this add-on thing. This Brawl Cup add-on. And what came with this add-on was some stuff that was kind of lame. Like a pop socket thing for your phone. I haven't even opened it. I guess I could. I don't really want it. Maybe I'll put it on my phone. Let's open it. I'm going to put it on my phone. Can I take it off of my phone? That's the question. Does anybody have a pop socket? All right, here's this little thing. Zoom. All right, it's not going to cooperate, apparently. But it's pretty cool looking. It says, like, Spike, and it's got a bunch of different cool shit. So there's that. Now, there were also inside of there were these cool-ass Brawl Stars socks. Now, the art on these is fucking weird. I think this is supposed to be Doug. I think this is supposed to be Spike. Like the art on these is very strange. Although at the bottom here, they do have like a legit looking Colt who's just green. Green and white Colt for some reason. Some cool socks that my girlfriend's gonna wear because my feet are too big. I'm a big old adult. The other dope ass thing, this is probably the coolest thing that came inside of that little thing. Bruh, check this bitch out. Hold up. Look at this little guy. He's like big too. And it says like shade up here. And it's all gold. And it's like a 3D printed, like, it's not resin. It's more of like a, yeah, maybe it's resin. Bro, that's fucking sick. I mean, this little dangly thing, let's be real, you can see, like, it's so, like, if you use this as a keychain, this thing, I'm pretty sure would be gone. This little chain that he's wearing, that would be gone in a matter of minutes. It would be 20 minutes. You set that thing in your pocket, or it's dangling around on your pants. That thing like rips off for sure. But he's super cool looking. Yeah, like that's so dope. That's definitely the quote unquote coolest thing that's in there. Now, my favorite thing are the stickers. Bro, the stickers are so fucking sick. And don't worry, I got you guys stuff too. So bear with me. So some of these are like lame. I don't even know what this is. It looks familiar. Is it like a Max thing? I don't even know what this is. We've got like a okay hand. These are from like best to worst, kind of. Or from worst to best. We do have a bull. A very happy, surprised bull. I kind of like that one. We have one of, like, I think it's the Surge... The monkey Surge skin. We got his little banana. We got a happy thumbs up star drop. There's so many of these. We're probably about halfway done though. We've got a trophy with a crown on. Pretty fucking cool. What do we do next? This one, this is, if you don't know, if you don't watch a bunch of esports, this is from Juan Carlos, who is one of the esports players, who's basically playing a game with Kit, and he got 0 kills and 11 damage per second, which is really, really bad. But he's not bad player, and he got it with Kit, so it became a meme. This is the meme. We've got the this is fine meme with Spike. Pretty good one. That's actually one of the ones I have on my profile right now. We've got the Gyat Spike, which is pretty epic. This is definitely top 2 for me. But I couldn't decide between that and obviously the toxic clown crying. Like, those are some dope ones. I mean, some of them are kind of, I don't know. They're not my favorites, but they can't all be my favorites. So yeah, pretty good selection of stickers in my opinion. I wouldn't have minded if they gave us one that was like, that just said Brawl Stars, so I could like put it on my mic or some shit. But I'll probably put one on there. So that's my favorite thing from inside of the, what's it called? The little, the kit. Now, I got an extra kit that I'm going to be giving away. It's going to be a giveaway. It's not going to probably happen for another week. I want to make sure I know how to do a giveaway. I want to learn about like the laws and things that I have to do. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away a kit and I'm going to ship it to someone. It'll be free. You're not going to have to pay for anything to enter. It'll probably be run off the Discord. So if you'd like to get on the Discord, that's how I'll be giving that out most likely. So I've got, an extra shade. I've got an extra pop socket if you like those. I've got an extra batch of stickers, and I've got some extra socks. So everything within the kit, which is all of those things, I got an extra one of those. Now for a quick story time. There are a few more things that I got, but it's kind of involved in the story. So I show up day one. Day one, I am by myself. I'm by myself. My girlfriend is at work. She didn't ask off. It started at like 11 a.m. on a Friday. And so basically she's got work. I'm going to be hanging out all Friday by myself. She's going to come in on, I'm actually going back on Friday, and then we're going to both come into town for Saturday and Sunday. So Friday, I'm by myself. I go to this event. It's pretty fucking hype. I walk in to the Brawl Stars stuff. It takes me about an hour and a half to get through the line waiting at the door and to get through registration, walk the fucking mile, and go and sit down. And by that time, the games, the Brawl Cup games, have already started. Immediately upon walking up, there's a bunch of things like just sitting out going on in front of the Brawl Cup. There's a big, huge tribe van. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm going to upload some footage. I got a shit ton of footage. I'm going to upload some footage in the form of a video or a couple videos in the next few weeks. But there's this cool ass like tribe van. There's an area where you can pick up shit like this. And like some of these signs, which I just made one for like me, but like they got these signs that people are like drawing on the front of to say like, I love fucking tribe, or I like, go SK or whatever. They got a bunch of signs. Anyway, so I walk in, the games have already started. The games have started, and I can't remember who's the first game. First game, I think, was SK. Yeah, so it was SK versus, like, Revenant X Spark or something. Revenant's just beating the shit out of him. I'm kind of getting used to what all's going on. I'm kind of looking around. The first day of games, I'm not really concerned about. I've got my picks, and I'm pretty sure I know who's going to win each game. And needless to say, SK Gaming... just 3-0 these guys. Same with the next game. The next game was Humble versus Toxic Lotus. And again, 3-0'd. Just easy wipes. Nothing too crazy is going on. Around this time, I go over to the tribe table and I get some stuff. I get this cool ass fucking shirt. Right? It's a tribe shirt. And it's got this cool logo on the front, but then on the back, it says, "Fear the tribe." Wait. Something like that, right? Cool ass shirt. Maybe I should have gotten an extra to give away, but I didn't. I'm sure we could buy stuff on their store. But anyway, so I get that. I get a couple of these because I'm looking forward to the tribe game, right? Because I'm from North America and they're not my favorite team, but they're the best team in North America right now. So I want them to win. So I got my shit ready to go cheer for them. And I get a shirt and I get a bunch of what you guys are probably somewhat interested in. I get a bunch of these. They're just sitting at the table. And they're these they're these QR codes. Now, I've already used this first one that I put on the top of the stack, but I'm going to give the rest of these away to you guys. That's my goal here. I will be giving them away on Discord. So if you would like to join the Discord, then everyone in the Discord, I will send you a DM over the next several days, and I will take a screenshot of each and every one of these, and I will send them to you in a DM. Now, what they are when you get them, just so you're aware, is this. It's a pin. It's what it looks like on the front. It's what they look like on the front. Apparently, they're hot fucking commodities, because on Twitter, people are like paying for these and shit. Fuck that. I'm just giving them to my people. I'm not a sellout. Fuck that shit. I'm just giving them away to you guys for free. And it's also a way to maybe get you into the Discord if you're not in the Discord yet. But that's where I will give them away. The first however many people, I know who's been in the Discord, but the first however many people who jump in the Discord, they're going to get one, basically. So for now, I don't know how many people we have in there, maybe 10. But over time, as more people join, I'll give them to them as well. So for instance, like Dan has a brother. If he gets his brother to hop in, or we've got some new viewers, those people will be the ones to get them. Let's see what's next. Oh yeah, so I go to the tribe table. I get all this cool stuff. Dude, free shit is the best. I 100% agree. 100%. Free shit is the best. I went to this table and I'm like, oh, what are these? And they're like, they're whatever. And so I like grabbed 2 for me and my girlfriend. And then I can't remember who it was. It was like Dijon, or maybe it was Hitman or something. But they're like, if you go to this event, they're going to have a bunch of these free things. What you need to do is you need to go to that table, wherever they have the free stuff, and you need to you need to get it. You need to get all as many as you can. And so I go back to this table. I'm like, hey, can I like take a bunch of these for my viewers? And they're like, yeah, we don't give a shit. I should have taken more. I should have taken fucking more, but whatever. I was like, here's the real deal. I was very nervous the first day. I'm fairly outgoing. I am an introvert, but as an introvert, I'm fairly outgoing. But it is nice to have someone that I know there. The only person that I knew that was going to this event was my girlfriend, and she was not there yet. And she also doesn't really give a fuck about Brawl Stars. And so, yeah, I was just a little bit nervous the first day. I saw some people that I recognized, which I ended up meeting a bunch of cool people and getting pictures with a bunch of cool people. But that wasn't until the next day, because I was a nervous wreck the first day. So then, as we're going through the story, SK wins 3-0. Humble wins 3-0. Zeta wins 3-1 against Elevate, which is the other North American team. And last but not least, Tribe. Tribe, who had gone undefeated in the last 3 monthly finals. All the monthly finals this year, maybe it was 4 monthly finals. They had gone undefeated by everyone in North America. They just swept the floor with the entire North American roster. They beat literally everyone. They got beat by Loud, the best team in South America, which was a big upset, but also not the craziest upset. I kind of was hoping that they would definitely win this game. I had assumed they would win this game. Still, she's there to support. Yeah, absolutely. It was great that she went. It made it a lot more fun. And I got to kind of show her, gaming. She's not a big gamer, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, so Tribe got upset. Not the biggest, craziest deal in the world. But yeah, kind of crazy. And later on that day, after they went through those first 4 games, they went into a loser's bracket for the first day. In the loser's bracket, these first teams you had Revenant X Spark, which is part of Group A, versus, they were the losers, versus the other loser from Group A, which was Elevate. And this, I had seen all of this in my bracket. I had assumed both of those teams would lose, and I had hoped and expected Elevate to win. And they did. They won 3-0, which was perfect. And then the craziest thing in the world happened. Because Tribe, who's now in the losers bracket, had to play the China team, Toxic Lotus. And now, if you don't know how China works, because they work a little differently than we do. You're going to go get some water? That reminds me, I can vape now. China does things differently. So if you're not aware, in the US and in EMEA, I actually don't know what EMEA stands for. If any of you do know, let me know. I just think of it as Europe. I just think of it as Europe. But I think maybe I look it up real fast. EMEA. Is this like a common term? Because I don't know that I've heard it outside of Brawl Stars. Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Interesting. I just think of it as Europe, but apparently it's all of that. That's cool. Okay. That makes more sense because otherwise there'd be no representation for Africa and the Middle East. So, okay. So, literally everywhere in the world except mainland China does what's called basically monthly finals. And what they do is they basically have a monthly final every single month in which, so for instance, this is the one coming up in June. This is the next monthly final. It's in a couple of weeks. And what's going to happen is basically they're going to have a bracket. All the teams from East Asia, this is the East Asia one. All the teams from East Asia are going to get together and they're going to play in this monthly final. Now, they've got a few things along the way. They've got monthly final qualifiers where literally every team can play. Every team in East Asia can play the monthly final qualifier, and then those that qualify and win enough games or get enough points go on to the East Asia monthly final for June. And basically what happens... let's see if there's a good breakdown. Here's the leaderboard, for instance. So this is for EMEA. And so as they win different monthly final qualifiers and monthly finals, they earn points for who they beat, how many they won, how many, like the strength of schedule that they have, etc. And so they get all these points, and that's how basically these work. And they're usually double elimination, and you can still earn points even if you don't win. So for instance, Humble this year has not won a single monthly finals, but they still have the second most points because they've done very well. I'm going to try and get max tier Gus because I saw a YouTube short and somebody went 10-0 with him. Yeah, he's really good. He was picked several times this weekend, that's for sure. And so that is how the rest of the world works. But mainland China does it differently. They basically put, from what I've heard, about 1,000 teams together into a generally a best of one scenario. And so best of one, if you don't know, most of the world does like best of 3 or maybe best of 5, or they do sets. But China was doing a lot of their tournament best of 1. So basically you play one game. If you win, you move on. And out of all of these 100 teams, this team came out on top, which generally, if you're aware of tournaments of really any type, That is not the best way to do it. You don't just want to go like, you know, everybody just all through right now. The better way to do it is over time to earn points and have best of 3 or best of 5 and do sets and things like that. And then over time, you will come up with the better teams because let's be real, SK and Humble are the better teams in the world right now, period. And so that's kind of how China works. And so these guys got into the Brawl Cup on a streak of luck. Like, whether they are good enough to do that or not, best case scenario, you still have to say that it was a streak of luck. Even the best team in the world, SK or Humble, would have to be on a winning streak. A big, huge winning streak in order to beat 500 teams or whatever and get to the Brawl Cup in China. So these guys were on an insane win streak, very, very lucky. And just because of how everything works there, they're not really set up for success when they make it to the Brawl Cup. Or when they make it to the Brawl Cup or the Brawl Stars Championship. Another thing that China has against them is that their update, they get the same updates for gameplay as us, but they get them about a month later. So they're behind a month whenever it comes to updates. And so they get less time to play. They get less time to scrim. They get less time to practice. They get less time to figure out drafts. And so they're just behind. They don't have the same infrastructure that we do as far as like Brawl Stars in the competitive scene. Not to say that the country, just as far as Brawl Stars go, the infrastructure for how things work, how the updates are put out, it's just not the same. And so they've basically always been written off as a throwaway region at best. They're just not, they're not one of the main regions. The main regions are East Asia, EMEA, South America, and North America. There was another region there, I think it was called Southeast Asia, and that was the Revenant X-Spark, which I don't know how their whole thing's set up, but they also, they just got, they got destroyed. Easy to say. They got 3-0'd by SK, and then they got 3-0'd by Elevate. And so people kind of expected the same thing for Toxic Lotus, who got 3-0'd by Humble. And then kind of out of nowhere, they win in the losers bracket. They beat Tribe, who some people expected, who's by and far away the best team in North America. They beat them 3-1, which was insane to watch. And at that point, since it's double elimination, day one, Tribe lost a game against Loud, went into the losers bracket to lose against the mainland China team, who everyone thought would be gone on day one. And now, this is where the story kind of starts to happen, because at this point, this is where I'm going to bring it back to me. Because here I am, showing up to root for Tribe, right? I got my little fucking things. I got signs that say Tribe. I bought the fucking shirt, but I'm not wearing it. I'm wearing another shirt. I'm expecting that tomorrow I'm going to wear this dope-ass shirt and represent. And now I got to make a decision. Do I show up wearing a Tribe shirt, knowing that they're already out of this fucking tournament? And a bunch of people had to make that same fucking decision, because literally everyone there, people were very excited to watch SK, and people were cheering for SK. Same thing with Humble. Same thing with Zeta. Same thing with Loud. But when it was time for a Tribe game, literally everyone there, because it was North America, was rooting for Tribe. Literally everyone. And So here we all are, and I shit you not, there was probably like, of the maybe 200 to 300 people watching this event, maybe more. I don't really know. At the good times, it was probably at least 200 to 300 people watching this event. I would say that probably a quarter of those people wore a tribe shirt on day 2. Including me, because I was like, fuck it, dude, I got the shirt. I'm gonna fucking wear it. Fuck tribe, but also I'm gonna wear my cool new shirt. It's the only Brawl Stars shirt I have. And so while I was meeting all the people from the other teams that were doing well and still in the tournament, taking pictures with them and stuff, I've got my fucking tribe shirt on the whole time. Like Semantic made a comment about it. Like several people made a comment about like, oh, you're wearing a tribe shirt. I'm like, bro, they're already out. Like, I just got to wear the shirt, dude. What do you expect from me? I spent money on this fucking thing. And so that was day 1. Day 1, you know, at the bottom of my heart, I hoped Tribe would win. I really did. I didn't expect them to. I think actually on my own bracket, I can't remember what I put, but I think I put them in second or something like that. I still really didn't think they would win. And yeah, Hitman says they got unlucky. I would say they ran into a team, which we'll talk about in a second, but they ran into a team that is not like any other mainland China team that we've seen before. And it was kind of just a perfect storm for how this team did at the Brawl Cup, but I'll talk more about them kind of when I go over day 2. Day 3 will be brief, but day 2 is really interesting. But I also think Tribe just didn't draft well. They had a bad couple of days. Or I guess no, they had one bad day. And they just didn't do it. Because I don't think that it was crazy or unheard of for them to lose to Loud. Go 2 to 3 against Loud. I don't think that that's crazy. Because Loud is a good team. If I remember right, I think I had Loud beating Elevate. They're a good team. But losing against this China team, just no one expected it. And the thing is, at this point, no one knows that this China team is good at all. Like, maybe the pros do, but as just a viewer, I see some crazy picks. They don't draft normally. And yeah, they seem good, but all the teams kind of seem good. They're better than me. And I think a lot of people were just assuming Tribe is trash. Like, they're just a bad team. You know what I mean? Obviously, this Toxic Lotus they're not the worst team here, but Tribe, we just assumed Tribe was pretty bad, and they had a really bad day. And I think at the end of the day, they had a few bad drafts. They were not prepared for this crazy kind of out of left field team that was Toxic Lotus. And they played so unusually they won one round. Yes. And I'll kind of get into that because I think it was interesting because when Toxic Lotus got up to play on day 2, literally all the other teams that weren't playing were in the audience watching. And that was not the case, for instance, against when SK played Revenant X Spark, or when Humble played Toxic Lotus on the first day. No one cared about this team. They're like, yeah, glad you got here, but see you later, right? But by the time it became day 2, everyone was watching this team as far as the pros went. And And so let's get into day 2. So on day 2, it starts off in the winner's bracket, right? So now we've got SK against Zeta, which was a fantastic game. I really, really like watching Zeta Division because if anything that they struggle with, it's drafting. And they're just so fun to watch. Because yes, I believe deep down that SK and Humble are better than Zeta Division. But I think that at skill level, Zeta is just the best. They're just the best team. They just are. They struggle with drafting while the other two teams are good at it and they're skilled. You know what I mean? There's nothing to say that SK or Humble aren't skilled players, but I just think that Zeta's got the edge. And so it's really, really fun to watch them. And so there's still 2 losers brackets. And on day 2, at the beginning of the day, this is the first game of the day, and I'm like, I'm sitting at home, like we're about to leave because I came back to get the girlfriend, and I'm like, hey, we gotta be on time for this. Like we're leaving at the crack of fucking dawn to try to be there. It starts at like 11. I'm like, yo, we gotta be there because the first game is probably one of the most. It's the most hyped game of day 2. We think, right? It's definitely the biggest names. And so we get there, we do get to watch it. It's very, very good game. I'll be kind of going more into the games when I make my YouTube videos about this. Second game of the day was Humble versus Loud, and they just 3-0'd him. Loud's a good team. They just can't beat Humble. And now we go to the losers bracket for day 2, in which case, I wish I kind of had a chart of this. But so Tribe and Loud and Humble and Toxic Lotus are all on one side. And then the other side was SK and Zeta and Elevate and Revenant X Spark. And so left, the only person that's been eliminated from Group A was Revenant X Spark. And the only team that's been eliminated from Group B is Tribe, which is still just so fucking crazy. And so now we get into Group A, Day 2, which is Zeta versus Elevate. And at this point, Tribe is out of the tournament. And Elevate is our only hope. If you live in North America and you want another North American seed for the World Championship, then you have to be rooting for Elevate here. And I did. I rooted for Elevate. I really wanted them to win. They had a switch up. So for one, they have a switch up of teams. This team used to be BC Gaming. They switched over to be Elevate. And then they also had someone who couldn't come or didn't show up, or I don't know exactly. And so they had a substitution, which was Patchy, who also subbed for them in the last monthly final. He was a very good player. Very good player. He's retired. And the games went well. They weren't able to pull it off. They went 3-0. 3-1. And it was a good time. I was really rooting for them. Zeta's just an amazing fucking team. And then we came to really the match of the day. We all thought that it was going to be SK versus Zeta, or I did at least. But then it came down to Toxic Lotus versus Loud. Now, there were a few things that these guys did. Let me see if I can find something really quick. Because they're drafting. Their drafting was insane. So one of the main picks, it kept coming back. It came back every time they played, was Miko. So they kept picking Miko and Heist. And the first time they did it against Tribe, they won that game. And they won that set, I mean. And it just seemed to take Tribe by surprise. And it happened again here. And not only did Toxic Lotus beat Loud, but they reverse swept them. So Loud won 2 of the sets, and it was 2-0. And we're all still on the same page of like, Tribe just fucking sucks. Toxic Lotus is going to lose here, and it's going to be SK, it's going to be Humble, it's going to be Zeta, and it's going to be Loud. Like, that's what I filled out on the predictions for day 2. Like, you get to redo your predictions because you might have gotten some things wrong. Day 2, I walk in there, and that's what I fill out because there's really no other option. Elevate's not going to beat Zeta Division. I'm going to root for them, but they're not going to do it. But Toxic Lotus comes in and starts just like... They just start beating the shit out of them. It was fucking insane. I don't know any other way to put it. I'm going to make a video about this. It was just so insane. And by the end of this match, you saw people, because there were people who showed up to root for Loud. No one showed up. I shouldn't say that. I think there might have been a couple of people, but no one else showed up to root for Toxic Lotus. And at the beginning of this match, everyone's, because I think, right, like you have the people who show up to root for Loud. And then you also have people that just root for the biggest team, the team that they've heard of, the team that they expect to win. I don't get that. I'm usually rooting for the underdog if I don't care. But pretty much everyone there at the beginning of this match is rooting for Loud, or they're just not cheering at all. And everyone kind of claps if somebody on the team they're not rooting for does well. But over the course of these 5 sets, people just stop rooting for. There's still like, the few, like, 20 people or so that are there to root for Loud, but everyone else gradually just starts rooting for and cheering loudly for Toxic Lotus. It was very, very cool. It was very cool as someone who's kind of watched this stuff for a while and been interested in these things. It was very cool to see. And at the end, when they finally won, they come to the microphone. All these guys, they come to the microphone, and they kind of speak broken English. And they're just like jumping up and down. They're like freaking out. And it was like so wholesome and just so like, by the end of the day 2, I'm talking to my girlfriend, and I've never heard of this Toxic Lotus team, but I'm like, I really want them to fucking win tomorrow. And there's part of me wants Toxic Lotus to win because it's just like the underdog story of the century, right? And another part of me wants Toxic Lotus to win because then maybe Tribe's not that bad, right? Then maybe North America has a chance in the future, right? Like they didn't just get taken out by a nobody. Like these guys they turned out to be really good. And at this point, people are tweeting about it. People are going crazy about Toxic Lotus. And there's only 4 teams left now, because now Elevate and Loud have both gotten kicked out of this tournament. So the only teams left are SK Gaming, who is, whether you like it or not, has the highest points in EMEA. You could call them the best team in EMEA. Even though Humble won the championship last year, I would say, from my perspective at least, SK are the favorite. They've been beating Humble month after month in every monthly final. I would say that they're the favorite. They're not strangers to beating Humble. And so you have tomorrow The first match is going to be SK Gaming versus Toxic Lotus, which again, I'm excited to be there for. Now we're in town, so we're going to get there on time again. And the next match we're going to have is Humble versus Zeta. And the winner of those two goes on to fight for first place, and the losers fight for third place. That's how it goes. So at the beginning of day 3, we have SK versus Toxic Lotus. Now, I don't think when these guys played against each other on day 1. Oh no, sorry. Humble played against Toxic Lotus on day 1. 3-0'd them. But something happened to these guys over the last 2 days. Because they made SK fight for the win. They did not hand it over. And actually, if anything, they did better against SK than anyone else did against anyone else on the rest of the day. It was 3 sets to 2 sets. And they lost. So when Heist came up, they banned Miko because they had seen how much this had fucked everyone else. And I think they lost that set. Yeah, it was a game to watch. I was rooting. I think at that point, you probably had a half and half crowd because people like SK Gaming, right? But you probably had a half and half crowd. People were cheering at this point for Toxic Lotus when they were in nobody 2 days ago. It was very, very cool to see. And even when they went to the losers bracket, I was still rooting for them. But needless to say, SK did beat them. Humble did beat Zeta, which I kind of expected. And Toxic Lotus lost to Zeta worse than they lost to SK. And I think the reason is Toxic Lotus doesn't have the same meta as we have. Their meta is different. They pick Miko and Heist on the regular. I can't remember what some of the other crazy picks were, but that was one that stuck with me. But they weren't drafting like everyone else was drafting. But the point is, it's not because they were bad at drafting. It's like the best thing I know how to relate it to is like Magic the Gathering. So if you play Magic the Gathering, if you play it locally, you can go to one store and play a tournament week after week. You can go to like a Friday Night Magic and play Standard every week, and you can learn the meta. And you can try to make a deck that's really good against that meta. And if you take that deck to another store, it might beat the shit out of all of them. Or it might do really bad. But the meta, long story short, the meta is just different. The decks they play are different. What's good there is different. And so basically, that's what the Mainland China team had been doing. And this is where it was kind of just a perfect storm of the meta they had gotten used to, in some ways, was good against ours. And in some ways it wasn't, right? Like some of the picks were very, very good and some of the picks were not. And that's why I think all of their games, besides the first one, were close. They had close games besides the very first game of the very first day when they got 3-0'd by Humble. Every other game was somewhat close besides Tribe. It was 3-1. It was 2-3. And again, it was 3-2. They were just close in every game. But when it came to Zeta, who don't know how to draft as well as the rest of the teams that are up at their league, and they're more of a skill team, in my opinion, than a draft team. It didn't matter what they drafted. You know what I mean? It didn't matter how different Toxic Lotus drafted from Zeta. They just beat them at skill. And Toxic Lotus were a very skilled team as well. I would say that they are more of a skilled team than a draft team. but their drafts were unique enough that it I think confused the rest of the field, basically. And so at the end of the day, we had the grand finals, and I think Humble gets a little too much love. So I was kind of rooting for SK secretly, although I am happy to see either of those teams win. And I think it was about time that Humble won, if I'm being honest. Because they've lost monthly final after monthly final after monthly final this year. And they deserved to go 3-1 against SK. And so they brought it in, and they won. And at that point, I was exhausted from walking like 20 miles to get in and out of this event every day and walk around to go to see the different stuff. And so I think overall, though, so I jet out of there basically right after. But overall, I would say I've watched a bunch of monthly finals. And this one just, I've seen some championships too. And the championships are pretty exciting, I'm not going to lie. But this one just had, I felt like a story. There was a story there about this underdog team that like, it was very cool to be there and experience. Had I liked it probably a little more if they had, instead of taking out Tribe, maybe they had taken out Zeta or something. Yes, I would have liked that much more. But I think it was still just, I was looking forward to day 3 after watching Toxic Lotus all weekend, when I didn't think that I probably would if NA wasn't in it. So it was very, very cool to experience. And then the rest of DreamHack was basically a bunch of cool shit. So they had like a chess tournament. They had kick stuff going on. They had free Red Bulls all weekend. They had a whole area for artists that made different stuff. They had cosplay. They had a Call of Duty area. They had a GeoGuessr tournament that we got to watch some of, which was very cool. They had a Halo tournament that we watched a little of. They had like they had a few huge areas for like bring your own computer, basically, BYOC, where people were playing in the Halo tournament. People were playing a separate Call of Duty tournament, not the pro tournament, but another one. And it was just insane, honestly. It was insane to watch. This place was fucking just huge. They had like a scavenger hunt all weekend. The food there was absolute shit, I'm not gonna lie. But otherwise, it was great. And so I'll probably be making a couple of videos, maybe one about Toxic Lotus. I think Tribe has an interesting story there. Just how oppressive they've been for NA all year, and then to show up and do that. It's not a happy story, but it is a story. So I might make a video about that, and then I might just make a video about the whole thing as a whole. But I do have a bunch of cool footage of just people cheering. I got to meet a bunch of people. I got to meet Frank. I got to meet Spen. I got to meet Kairos. I got to meet Ashlyn. I got to meet Mythic. Who else did I meet? And then I met a bunch of the pros. So I met the guys from Zeta. I met the guys from Humble. I met Lukey. I met... Who else was playing? I did see Chino from SSG there. I got to say what's up. Yeah, I can't remember. There's just like a list in my head of all these people I was trying to meet and the people I did meet. And it was a very, very cool weekend, I would say. I got to meet a bunch of the people that like work on the different teams, but like aren't really on the team. They're not necessarily, the drafter that stands on stage or any of the 3 people on the team, but basically like the coaches and the kind of like the hype people and stuff. I got to meet a lot of them, which was really cool. But very cool weekend. But one thing I did want to end this part off with was basically they had this like feedback survey. Basically, did you enjoy watching the Brawl Cup this weekend? Have any feedback for the broadcast? So I didn't watch the broadcast or much of it, but I was there. So I feel like I can give some feedback. If you did watch it, even a part of it, or even if you really didn't, you might want to fill it out just so they can get input for next time. But we'll see what these questions are. Should take about 5 minutes. How likely is it you would recommend watching Brawl Stars Championship broadcast to a friend or colleague? Depends if they watch Brawl Stars. If they're a Brawl Stars fan, we're talking like 10 out of 10. I would recommend watching them to all of you guys. Now, bear in mind, I don't know about the Brawl Cup. I don't know how long it was total. It was probably, I would guess, something like 15 hours total or something. The monthly finals are about 6 hours a piece. If you don't have the time for that, I would not recommend watching it. You can look at the schedule ahead of time and kind of estimate when a good game might come up. I will probably, going forward, depends on if you guys want to see it, but I'll probably give like a 10 to 15 minute breakdown of what happened at each one and like some highlights maybe. Just because I think I'm interested in it and I could see other people but not being able to sit down and watch a 6-hour stream. Although you guys do watch me, so I don't know. But I would say if they watch Brawl Stars, if they don't watch Brawl Stars, I don't know why I'd be suggesting it in the first place. So I'm going to say 10 out of 10. How likely are you to watch another how likely are you to watch another watching Brawl Stars Championship broadcast in the future? I am very likely. I like watching the pros. The announcers are great, and yeah, I don't know. That's it. Next. This is a very easy survey. I thought it might get a little more in depth. What were your main motivations for watching? Seeing the best and greatest compete, experience the thrill of high stakes competition. Sure. Enjoying the entertainment of the overall show. Yeah, I think it's supporting the player or team I'm a fan of. Yeah, kind of. Feeling part of the community. That happened this weekend a lot. So never in the past, but I will say this weekend, being there in person and getting to meet people and talk to people and look at Twitter and do all of this stuff, I think I definitely got to feel a little more part of the community. I like tripled the number of Twitter followers that I have, which was very cool. I just got really involved over the weekend. Now, bear in mind, the number I had before was like 6, so we're at 18 now, and that's triple. So not a whole ton, but definitely a lot more than before, which was cool. And by some of the people that I was meeting from the different teams and stuff, not just, so I just feel a little more part of the community now. Connecting with other fans and viewers, not really. Learning, I did meet people that were fans this weekend, but that's not why I watch, so to speak. Like if I'm watching the broadcast, I'm not connecting with anybody. I don't feel like. I just fought an El Primo who was 1,244 trophies. His whole account was 4K trophies. Bro, that's insane. Just an El Primo main for real. Learning something new about the game. Maybe I could say maybe for draft, just to relax or pass time. Kinda. What type of stream do you mainly watch? That is the other thing I am curious about doing in the future. Most likely when I have better hardware, but maybe we'll try it out at one of the June ones just to see. I don't know that my hardware could handle streaming and recording the stream. You know what I mean? We've just had too many issues. Today has been going well, it seems. It seems like it's just been smooth today. But I normally just watch the official main broadcast. I usually watch on YouTube, but I sometimes watch on their website so I can get the points. How often do you watch mobile esports broadcasts and tournaments? Never really. Besides this one, I'm assuming is what they meant. I guess I should say, I don't know what I should say because I've watched this before. I don't know. We'll say that. Make your question better. In the next section, by the quality of the broadcast. Okay, got you. Let's get through this thing. Let's play some games. As a reminder, if you'd like a pin, I'll post it on Twitter. I'll post maybe a picture on Instagram. And maybe I'll tag everyone on Discord to tell their friends. But if you would like one of these cool pins, join the Discord. That's where you get them. I will direct message you with a picture of the other side. I don't want to give them away now because then I'll lose track of which ones I've used and which ones I haven't. And I feel like I don't know who has one yet. But if I use Discord, then I can direct message you and then I know you got one. You know what I mean? I know Hitman got one. I know G Baker got one. I know, etc. As opposed to I flash it up on screen and yeah, I don't know where it went. I feel like Discord's a little better because I can put on that little personal touch of making sure my viewers actually got them. As opposed to somebody that's just like stream sniping all the little pins. I don't know if that's the right. It's not really how you normally use the word stream snipe, but I think it still fits. All right, so what rating would you give the overall quality, the show, the non-gameplay content? It's okay. I would say I didn't watch this one. I really like when they have like cool animations. I imagine they did that again. They did the non-gameplay stuff. So that's what I don't get to see in person. Maybe I shouldn't answer, but okay, Fitz. The matches. This time, very good. The atmosphere, the level, okay, maybe it is in person. I don't know. The level of excitement, I would say was very good. The aesthetics, great. I love them. That's honestly part of the reason I like Brawl Stars. I really like Nintendo games and indie games. I like certain games that have like a very dark vibe, or I like bright colors and like, you know, cartoony shit. That's like my the two things I really like. Like, give me something gritty or give me something happy. How is the stream quality? I didn't watch the stream. I don't know. Sound. Okay, I'll talk about in person because that's the stream call quality. The sound. I did watch a little of it. It was good. I'll say it was good. The image, resolutions, colors. Yeah. Stability, we'll say it was good because I don't really know. We'll say it was okay. So they work on that because that's always a good thing to improve. How would you rate the following elements? Okay. The caster and commentary is usually, I would say, very good. It could be better, so we'll say good. Observing. I don't know what the fuck this means, so it's okay. Replays. I do feel like they miss some important moments in the replays sometimes. Player reactions. I don't care about this. I don't care, so I'm going to say okay. The HUD/information. What is that? What could be improved there? I think you could improve that. We'll say okay again. What do you think about the coverage? Desk/analysis. I think that's very good. I'll say it could improve, but I enjoy it very much. The interviews, I don't really care about interviews. Video content/clips. I don't know what they're talking about. Storylines. No idea what they're talking about. Ads and breaks. Sure. These are things that I don't care. Do you have any feedback or suggestions to improve the following production areas? Matches and gameplay content. Make sure there are no bugs. Like when to deal with the red team B bug. Show and coverage elements. I like the animations a lot. This could also be a great place to describe the history of Brawl esports. And yeah, I think that's good. I would like to know more about like the past because I didn't get to watch in the past. So like, how often does like SK like has, I don't know. I just want to know more about the teams and then like where have those players been in the past? You know what I mean? Because like I don't know where all these players have been because they change around a lot, I feel like. Okay, some questions about me. I like to talk about me. In the last 4 weeks, have you been actively playing Brawl Stars? Yes, daily or almost every day. For how long have you been following mobile esports? I think less than 1 year. How many of your friends are interested in mobile esports? See, I don't know who are interested in that and who just play. Around half of my friends? That's crazy. There's no way it's even close to that. A few of them and around half is like a huge difference. A few is like 3. Half of my friends is like, that's crazy. That's a crazy question. I got a couple. I think that is a fair answer. I've got a few friends that are probably maybe interested in it. If I count like chat as my friends, then it's a few more. I don't know. Have you recently? You guys are my friends. Just to be fair, I assume they mean IRL friends, but. Have I recently? Yeah, I do. I suck at it, but I do. What are the answers for this? Oh, it's just my country? Word. Country and state, I assume? Maybe. Most of my friends play or are interested in mobile games. See, I'm older, so mobile. What did it say? Can I go back? Yeah. Maybe I should reread that. I thought I said mobile esports. Yeah, there's no shot. My friends, like, I probably got friends who play mobile games. I know of 2 friends that are interested. One is interested in chess, And he watches chess, and we talk about chess because I also keep up with the bigger tournaments in chess, which I know that some of you will not. 40 or older? That's the 14 or younger? Bruh, this is such a kid's game. Holy fuck. That's so crazy. You got to see what the oldest and what the youngest are. Because normally, like, okay, let's say they do this for like Call of Duty. This is definitely, it's going to be 18. It's not going to say like, are you 14? It's going to say, are you 18 or older? And it's going to, I don't know. That's the youngest I've ever seen that. Bro, I'm having a midlife crisis because of this stupid fucking thing. I'm not 40. But that's what your cutoff's going to be? That's crazy. Just make it, like, why do you got to say that? Just like make the thing a little longer to not hurt anybody's feelings. Most people are more into esports rather than mobile esports. I would agree with that. I probably got more friends who are into that. For sure. But I also, like, I got a lot of friends who, like, I feel like aren't even, like, because not every gamer is into esports. And not even every mobile gamer is into mobile esports. And I would say, like, maybe half my friends are gamers. You know? Like, basically all my guy friends are gamers. And then, like, none of the girls are. So, like, you know? Don't worry about my age. I'm unk, whatever. Like, cause I'm older. I got like friends that are just like, I met them in real life. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, like, fuck, all my friends are gamers. You know what I mean? I know like 4 girls, and I got a crush on one, and I dated the other, and the other is dating my friend. You know what I mean? Oh, and then there's that like friend group that we hang out with. It's like 3 girls, 3 guys, but like none of us will ever date. But like only once we're like older and in college will we realize that like that was the one we should have been with all along. Damn, dude. Damn. But they don't game. Who do you identify? Wait, sorry. What do you identify as the most as a man? What is your current employment status? Okay. What is this? Why does it need to know all this information about me? I'm not gonna. I have some college, but no degree. If you really need to know, you can go back. We can go back. What is the following best describes your current working? No. Bro, why is this thing trying to dox me? What? Some of these kids are 14. I guess it's because I said I work. Okay, I got it. Because I could have said student. Or nothing. All right, I finished. Memory lane in hindsight. Yeah, dude. Crazy. Crazy. We did it. Give me a new free pin. The fuck? I don't want to take a survey to raise 50 cents. No thanks. Yeah, so look at this. I got like 18 people on like Twitch or not, Twitter now or something. Twitter's hard, bro. Wait, how do I look at my own profile? Twitter is hard. Yeah, 18 followers. That's way better than it was. Look at these notifications. These people followed me. Like, it just happened in the last, like, day. This dude followed me. This person followed me. It was all very recent from this weekend. But like, look at these signs and shit, dude. This is what I know. This is a sign. But it was like so dope. Like you could see all the fucking people. Oh, so like here's a good example. I'm gonna upload more footage, but back there, that door on the you can see my mouse. That door on the top left back there is the COD area. You can see like the lights and shit, and that's where it was like fucking wild. Oh, I think he's a YouTuber. He was taking footage too. I don't know who he is though. Would be cool to find out. We were standing next to each other all the weekend, just recording shit, not talking. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for story time. The last thing that I have is that the next monthly finals are coming up. I will start talking about a little of the esports just to keep you guys up to date in case you are not as forward-minded about this stuff as I am. Oh, last but not least, we did get a legendary star drop from watching the esports. So I'm going to open that in just a second to show you that if you do partake in a little of this, you will get rewards if you're not already. So the next one is going to be June 14th at 1 a.m. That will not be the one that I'm going to try to stream live. But one of these I probably will. So basically, every single time, if you don't know much about them, there's 2 per weekend. There's East Asia and EMEA happen the first weekend, and then the next weekend right after that is South America and North America. To be realistic, the one I might try to do is North America because I care the most about it, and then I can find out. But I might try like EMEA because that's actually one that is potentially possible. It's at like 7 a.m. So it'd be a pretty chill morning stream. I just make some commentary while we watch. We have tried to watch these before, or clips of them from YouTube, but I've done it while I'm playing. What I would do if I live stream watch partied it would be me just sitting there like making commentary, like talking, reading chat, watching the games a little bit, shit like that. So it'd be a pretty chill stream, but that's the idea. If you're interested, let me know. Seems pretty cool, not gonna lie. I haven't watched esports ever though. I would say I have not much either. I've watched a little bit. Like randomly, I will be like, I watch so much YouTube. It's honestly crazy how much YouTube I watch. That's my main thing. I do watch streams, but I've watched in the past 15 years, I've watched a shit ton of YouTube. But so I'll get on like a kick. You know how it is. You watch YouTube, you get on a little kick, you'll be like, all of a sudden you watch like one GeoGuessr video and now you've watched like 12 and now you're like, fuck, I need to find out, oh, there's an event live. Like you just, that's how I'll get into like randomly watching like a StarCraft 2 event or whatever, championship or whatever. But otherwise, the only real stuff that I've regularly watched is chess and Brawl Stars. And I've enjoyed it. I would say chess is not for everyone. I would not recommend that. I've just been a big fan of chess for a long time. But Brawl Stars, they do a pretty good job. It's obviously going to be a lot more fun in person. I would love to go back to another one someday. But yeah, the ones online, they're pretty chill, especially if like we did a stream and we were just kind of like hanging out. Like we could talk about like other shit. I don't know. That's just kind of what's in my head, because I will say, even for me, it can be a little boring. Like if I have nothing else to do, like I'll flip it on the TV and like, I don't know, play a game on my phone or just watch for a little bit or whatever. But yeah, I think streaming would be a more fun way to fill that time, because then we can like talk and like it can be on in the background and we can watch like hype moments and turn up the volume and then kind of go back to chilling. That's my idea. But what do you guys think? You guys want to play some Brawl Stars or what? Oh yeah, we got to open the legendary star drop. So if you do watch these events, then you can fill out predictions, much like I did. I wish there was a way to show you guys how this worked, especially if you've never watched it before. So real quick though, let's try it. So real quick, if you go on here and you can fill out predictions, and basically what happens is you fill out predictions, and what it does is you get to basically pick each of these. You pick this guy versus this guy, and you just pick who you think is going to win. I usually go over that for each of the monthly finals, like the couple days before. And then basically you'll get points for each of those that you get right. So for instance, right now I've got this many, and I think this will ask me to open Brawl Stars. Yeah. Oh shit. What the fuck? It's gonna destroy my PC. Anyway, so while you watch, it'll come up with like different questions and shit for you to look at. And if you do that, then I forgot what I was saying. If you put in your predictions, you'll get points. You'll get Pro Pass XP, basically. Now, if you also watch, then it'll come up with like different questions, like how many monthly finals has Zeta Division won in the last year? And then you'll put in your answer. If you're right, you'll get 100 Pro Pass XP. If you're wrong, you'll get 10. And so if you watch on their little website, you'll get points from that as well, which is, I think, pretty cool. I need to make a team. And that way, if you're doing it, like for instance, if we're all doing it together, we can just like do it. You know what I mean? And get some points and then like chill. Let me change this code. Wait, is this the same? Oh, nice. Okay, it's still the same. I gotta push my Primo back to 1100. Nice. My internet keeps cutting out, so I'm gonna roll out for now. All right. G Baker said story time was dope. Hell yeah. Appreciate you coming by, dude. It was fun having you. I will be back on Thursday. I've got a bunch of content that I'm trying to make. I'm trying to like kind of push out. I've got a bunch of different ideas, and so I'll probably be streaming a little less while I try to catch up, because even all that Brawl Cup stuff is going to be a lot. Can I look at your profile? Says Anzia. I think I'm just going to call you Anzia for now until maybe I change my mind. Or what do you think? Anzia, what do you want me to call you? Niece? CG Baker, have a good one. Anzia? Yes? Okay. Cool. Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna change this. Nope. Look at your profile. Yeah. Give me a second. We'll do that, and we'll do this. All right, Anzia, yes, or your niece. Look at profile. I pushed some trophies. If you would like to join, we're gonna do a little ranked roulette to try to get to Mythic. We're in Diamond 3 now. Link is right over there. feel free to hop on in. I am going to change the title of the stream. I will look at your profile in just a second. Ranked roulette. And I got to change the category. So people know we're playing Brawl Stars. Done. I hope that worked. And what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, look at your profile. Would you like to hop in? Here, let me do this. Profile. 52, you made it. That was your goal, right? It was 52K? Bro, the last, really just today, I guess. Today, I was pushing in Moko, and I am just having a blast in that game. I really like it. I might have to stream some Moko content like once a month or something. Because it is just so fun. Maybe that's what I'll do. Because I was thinking about what to do on Saturdays. Because it's like a morning stream. It's just a different vibe. Sometimes different. Like it's not, people aren't watching yet sometimes. The regulars are, but I feel like half the time maybe not. Maybe I should just switch it up on Saturdays. Do like the regular content most of the week. And then on Saturdays kind of switch it up and do a Moko stream. Maybe do like a Magic the Gathering draft. I've been playing a bunch of Magic the Gathering lately. Maybe do a just chatting sesh. Maybe some chess. Yeah. Board games is definitely in the future. Here's what I would like. Wait, will this work? Let me try something real fast. Because I think we did this before. Let me try something real quick. So if I go to my camera, can I just like show you guys around? I've done this before. This should work. Ranked. What do I want to do? Let's just try this. Oh, fuck yeah. All right. So, yes. Oh, you can't hear me probably very well, but like these are all of the board games that I have. Got a massive setup of a shit ton of board games. I don't know if you could hear me. This is my setup. Bro, it's like fucking crazy. Here's all the gear that I got from like Brawl Cup. Fucking wild. Here's all the SSG shit. My vape juice. It's kind of a mess over here right now. This is the PC that I'm running off of. This little piece of shit right here. And then here's the infinite glitch. Holy fuck, what's happening? Isn't that crazy? All right, we gotta stop that. It's gonna break everything. All right. Let's go back to Brawl Stars. But yes, I think Hitman said, what did you say? Wouldn't like board games with viewers be fun? Absolutely. I love board games. I would love to play them. I would love to review them. Or even just like open them up. I don't know if you guys are like this, but like maybe like with an iPhone or like some cool thing that's got like really cool unboxing. I love that shit. And board games are one of the best unboxings because I'll show you real fast. Basically, you can just grab any of these fucking games. They open cool. Like they're all tight and they like slide down slowly. But you open this shit up and there's just like all this tactile shit. Like look at all these little babies. Look at all these. You hear that? They're like so chunky and fun. And there's like all these pieces and shit. It's just like, they are a very cool, I feel like, unboxing. But anyway, yeah, it'd be super fun to do it. I think, for one, I need a little more space. I also think I need another camera. Because what I would prefer, you guys let me know what you think, but what I would prefer to do is to have like this cam, right? Let me show you. So like pretend instead of if this was this, like I'm down here on like the bottom left, right where I am. And then up there, up there, instead is another camera pointed down at like a table where all like the board game is. And you can like see the board game. That's my idea. Which I could potentially set up with my phone, but it might be difficult. Too much you have? And brawlers, look. All right, give me a second. I used to love Monopoly as a kid. Also ship bombardment. I don't think I've heard of that one. But yeah, dude, I just got into them a few years ago, and I got a group of guys like that play. Like they played a 12-hour board game on Saturday when I was at DreamHack, which is a big bummer. I had to miss out, but otherwise I'm there every time they play. Got every brawler, damn. Oh, Anzia does. But yes, that's one of the eventual goals. I'd like to do that. I'd like to play other video games, but I think that is going to take some new equipment as well, mainly a new computer. Because mine just, we tried to play something and it was a shit show. I forgot what it was. Well, ship bombardment is the direct translation of it. Don't know the English translation. It might be battleship. Was it like a screen and like a thing in between you, and you got to guess where you're trying to hit their ships with little pegs? Because that is what we call battleship. You like shoot, and you're like A4, and they're like miss, and then you're like, and then they're like B7. You're like it's a hit, and then you try to sink their ships. Yes? Hell yeah. Yeah, that game's dope. On Thursday, you can't be on stream. You'll be at your job? That's cool. What do you do for work? Okay, let's open this so I can show you the rewards you get from watching Brawl Stars esports. Our last but not least thing that we're doing before we start to play. This is the legendary star drop. Oh, yes. This is the legendary star drop that we got from watching the Brawl Cup and putting in our predictions. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah, I'll take that. Fuck yeah. What is that? Like 2,000 trophy or 2,000 coins, basically? We will take it. Oh, do we want to let's play a little trophies if you guys are down. I need to probably warm up. Let me go a little lower trophies probably. Dude, this event is still going crazy. Oh, that's a cool map. I might play that. Oh, layer cake's good. Healthy middle ground? Oh, yeah. What if we do bounty? Oh, I could go this sprout. Oh, shop? Yep, def battleship. Hell yeah. Shop? After that, brawlers. My brawlers look... Okay. Chill. What did you do? Dang. Oh, wait. It's by mastery? Go by most trophies. Dang. Is this what I'm looking at? Is how many you have at 1,000? You have 10. You got 10 at 1,000. You're not there with Doug yet. 877 is pretty good, though. And almost Fang. Yep. I feel like 900 is maybe the hardest push. Let's do this. Let's do this. Wait, we're gonna have 2 throwers? I don't think that's a good idea. What if you go that one? The good old bell. These are so cool. I'm gonna rub them raw though, I feel like, when I play video games. Yeah, let's do that. I think that looks good. Oh, look at yours? Okay, I will right after this. I read chat too late. Oh, we got another sprout against us. Uh-oh. The fuck was that sprout doing? Bro, I feel so cool in this fucking... Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Fuck. I'm throwing. Nice! Oh yeah, I want to look at Hitman's. I can get free sushi. Oh, I think I already got that. Both of you, if you didn't know, you can, I think, get you can get free sushi, a couple free sushi on my Twitter. There's a link. I think it's the pinned comment right now. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at Hitman's. Dang. Do you have prestige for any of these? Or I guess I don't know what are the requirements for prestige? $12. Bro, I feel like when we first started hanging out, like when we first on my first stream, Hitman, I feel like you had like, maybe not, maybe I'm just tricking myself, but I felt like you didn't have very many of these. Did you do a bunch more? Like maybe you had like 3 or 4? Or have you had most of these? Because I think you probably had like Stu and Rico and maybe Surge. You did what? You had a few or you had a bunch? You've done like 5? Nice. Nice. Is Penny the next one? I'm still catching up to you guys. I have 3 still. I did work on Stu a little bit. These are both like solo showdown shit, so that's nice. I really need to push this Kenji, in my opinion, while it's still Wasabi, because this is so good. He's good anyway. Oh yeah, there was a thing I was gonna look at. Let's see if we can pull it up after this. Whoa, I did not think he was gonna be right there. Fuck. Fuck, he jumped over it? Whew. Help. Whew. That was a little crazier than before. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys real fast. Let's see here. This is the most played, the most drafted, and the most banned brawlers from this recent Brawl Cup. So the most banned also informs the most played, but there are a few really important things that I saw here. For one, Lumi banned 52 times. I don't think that's going to be the case in Diamond and Mythic because... Oh, we got a raid. Hell yeah. Frosty Lives, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Let me give you a little shout out. What up, Raiders? Yo. Oh, it's David. What's up? How's it going? How many S's do you have in your name? 4? Yes. Yes. Thank you for the raid. We were just talking about the Brawl Cup. Yo, look at all this sweet swag that I got. Wait, let me do this. Yo, look at this. This is what I got from going to Brawl Cup. All this sweet swag, bro. If you'd like, I do have a bunch of these free pins. I'm going to be giving them out on Discord. You can find the Discord down in the About section. But yeah, we were just talking about Brawl Cup. It was dope. I went to it live. And so we were talking about all the picks and bans. Wait, you were in Dallas? Yes, sir. Bro, look at this hat, bro. Look, I got the SSG hat. I got the old tribe shirt. Wait, hang on. I'm all small. Look at this. I got this. So I bought this on day one. Tribe loses immediately twice. Double elimination tournament. Is no longer in the tournament. Right after I buy this fucking shirt. I still wore it day 2 though. Even though they were no longer in it. It's Ogito. What's up, dude? It's up. What's up? Long time no see. Good to see ya. Aura. Oh, hell yeah. But yes, Dallas was very fun. It was very fun. Toxic Lotus. I don't know if you guys watched the Brawl Cup. But Toxic Lotus was the story of the event for sure. The mainland China team that came and wrecked shop. Anzia, you gotta go? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I will see you. I'll be back on Thursday. I will shoot you one of these little, one of these pins on Discord. I'll shoot you a DM. I felt like DMs are easier because that way I know that my people get them, as opposed to like popping it out on like Twitter or something and a bunch of randos getting them. I'd rather you guys get them. Humble winning was the best moment. It was pretty cool. They had been not doing well in all the wait, how do I make this bigger maybe? Oh, there we go. I just followed Frosty Lives. I suggest you guys do the same. The Brawl Stars community on Twitch is amazing. They've been very supportive. I like to do the same and support them. David also makes great content. Would suggest a follow there as well. When you make next stream's gonna be Thursday. I got a bunch of content to make for YouTube, so we're gonna need to take a break for tomorrow. So yesterday a bunch of my friends were hanging out because it was like Memorial Day or whatever, and they all had off work. And I was gonna go, and then I was like, no way. Is stream frozen? What is happening? Can you guys hear me? Is just the camera frozen? What is this? Hold up. Detective Brady time. Properties, maybe? Why do you do this to me? Obspot? Hey, we back. Okay, that worked, I think. What's your Discord? It's down in the description. Let me see if I can grab it. Oh, that's gonna crash my computer. So basically, if you go on Twitch, if you go down to the About section, and if you scroll through the little panels down there, there's a bunch of info. But one of them is Discord, and if you just click on the big word Discord, it's the invite. There we go. Thank you, Hitman. I need to close Discord ASAP before it crashes my computer. You joined. Thanks, David. We be chilling on there. I think. Hell yeah. So yeah, Lumi was most banned. 52 bans. Didn't even feel like there were 52 games. Kenji was second most. And Finks was third most. Notably out of that, Finks being the third most banned and the most played, kind of wild. Gus was the next most played. The rest of this, nothing too surprising. Nothing too surprising to me. The Draco I did feel like was picked quite a lot. Quite a lot. Yeah. Lumi was banned pretty much every game, it felt like. Or every set, I guess. Is technically how it worked out. But yeah, I got a shit ton of these. So I will be, if you've joined the Discord, I will be shooting you a DM with one of these on it because I want it to go to you as opposed to some random people on the internet. So I'll be shooting one of these. You'll get the pin that was exclusive from there. It looks like this. It's like a little like a Japanese samurai trophy with the samurai hat thing on. It's pretty cool, but it's exclusive, so I think that's what makes it more sought after, is just the fact that that's the only place you can get it. But I got you guys. Draco is most surprising, in my opinion. Yeah, it was surprising to me too. Yes, but he's the best counter to Hank. Yes, and Hank was picked quite, yeah, just the same amount, basically. Hank was picked quite a lot. I didn't realize how much Gus was picked, honestly. But Finks was definitely... Finks was picked quite a lot too, and Buster. These were all about the same amount, if you really look at it. Not a big difference between 13 and 15. But yeah, it was very interesting. Or I thought so. People don't understand how good Finks is. I think so from my experience, like this next game, like the next time I play a ranked game, nobody's going to ban Lumi. And nobody's going to pick Lumi because we're not good enough with Lumi to justify that. Finks is OP with Wasabi. Yeah, he definitely got one of the best Wasabis for sure. He is okay at my level. Same with Lumi. Lumi and Finks, they're okay at my level. At my level, Kenji feels like the most broken brawler in the game. Which, to be fair, I think he's also very good at the top level. I've been venting about him for weeks, though. But he was the second most banned, right? But Lumi at my level, she's just got such a high skill ceiling that at my level, it doesn't. She's not even really that big of a threat. She's annoying, but nobody's good enough with her to be able to like take advantage. And Masters and above, Finks is the best mid after Lumi. Yeah, I could definitely see like once the skill of everyone around you and ranked gets better, or trophies, that's when you're going to really see how bad Lumi and Finks get, you know. But at my level, it's like Kenji's rough, but that's about it. We're just grinding out some trophies. I got like 600 trophies to go before I hit 50K. Which is kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Maybe I should put one of these stickers on my mic. Yeah, anybody want to join? The team code is right over here. Feel free to hop on in. Otherwise, I'm going to stick this sticker on, and then I'm probably going to ready up. David, did you stream today? And if so, how was it? I haven't tuned in a minute. I need to hop in maybe tomorrow if you're on. Oh, there he is. David's in here. How would we do it? Like this? No, you didn't? Oh, nice. I had yesterday off. I was just like chilling. It was like a mile to walk just from where you park to the event. And most of it was inside. And then it was like several football fields long. Like the event was just like the space was huge. It was at like the Dallas Convention Center, and the place was like an airport. Like I swear to God. You're working on videos these days? That's what I've been trying to do. That's what I was just saying is I'm not going to stream tomorrow. I need to get some footage together and start trying to bang out several video ideas that I've had for a bit. Just got the Sprout skin? Oh, hell yeah, dude. This is probably my favorite Sprout skin. Yeah, I had a few ideas, a few video ideas I wanted to work on. And then I went to Brawl Cup and I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I got to do a bunch of stuff with that footage. I gave myself homework. Oh, what in the fuck? Oh, shit. That's my bad. I didn't even see him. He's coming. Or she, or whatever it is. Oh, here. Nice. Oof. Hell yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm not sure what video to make, though. I think I'm going to make one about Toxic Lotus, because that was just one of the coolest things I've seen in a while. And maybe make one about just the event as a whole. I was thinking maybe one about Tribe and how they just like fucking lost, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if something comes from it. Ooh. He's way too close for comfort. What if we just did something like that? Fuck. I meant to get him behind that. Oh, wow. Oh shit, we won. I was like processing that the whole time. Man, I did not do well there. I haven't done well the last 2 games. Bro, I got shit laying out all over this desk now. It's like covered in Brawl Stars shit. Oh boy. Nice. There's a bunch of assassins on these maps. It's freaking me out a little bit. Well, we were playing the Sprout. Bro, I like this sticker. Oof, man. Mr. P. Nice. Yeah, Mr. P, the little porters or whatever they're called, they're starting to get at me. Dude, Jay Young is so dope. I'm gonna grab this. Holy shit. I did not do well. Ooh, only 500 away. Oh yeah, when does Kaze drop? That's what I was looking up. Soon, right? Like in the next May 29th. So 2 days? Oh, that's the paid release. Do we know how much she's gonna cost? Ah. Prime Wag, what's up, dude? Long time no see. How's it going, bro? Oh. I need to log out and log back into Stream Elements. Interesting. That's kind of nice that that message came up. I got a Jagrit on here, like helping me out with that shit, because I don't fucking know. Everything good? Hell yeah. Yeah, for Stream Elements. I'm glad that it tells me that, because if it didn't say shit, like that's what it did earlier for Discord. I think I just need to add Discord though, to be honest. Oh, Willow? Fuck, I hate Willow. Dude, I've been playing with Willow since she got a hypercharge release, and it's, I mean, the hypercharge sucks, but she's fun. Not gonna lie, she's pretty fun. Wait, what is back there? Oh, interesting. That willow just saved my life. Oh, fuck. He said, when's next stream, David? David, you cute guy. Prime Mike's hitting on you. Bro, you guys are... Oh. He ain't responding. Bro, he's grinding. He's playing hard right now. He's carrying us. Hitman did good too. Hell yeah. 69-9. Oh, I got a mastery rank up from that? I need to go play now too? Hell yeah. Prime. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Good seeing you. Wait, what happened? Hang on. Hitman have to peace out too? Good rest of the stream. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Redui, what's up? How's it going? Yep, see ya. All right, see ya, Hitman. Have a good one, bro. Oh, hell yeah. That's crazy we never been friends. Team code's right over here if you'd like to hop in. Good, how are you? I'm doing well. I just got back from the Brawl Cup this past weekend. No, please, hop on in. Gotta get the ad, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, it was like a mile to sit down at the event. And I walked back and forth a few times because we'd go get lunch and shit, you know. Just going back to the car and stuff. And bro, my legs are beat to hell. I probably walked like 20, 25 miles this weekend. Crazy. Let's see if we can stop the early push. Oh, that amber. Holy shit. Oh, nice, nice, nice. God damn. What device do you play on? It's like an iPhone 14 Max or no Pro, not Max. I'd like to get like an iPad or whatever someday. Oh, wait, what the fuck? You broke the wall? Oh shit! I'm gonna fuck this. Oh fuck. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I'd like to get an iPad just because I've seen, like, I don't know, I think it's better. But I definitely have one of the ones that's, holy shit, we never died? You have so much delay? Are you in the US? I don't know. It just depends because, like, I'm in US, so if I play with anyone who's not, then basically we all have a little delay. Yeah, no, yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. I mean, even if like one of us is or two of us, you're from EU, yeah. Yeah, I have quite a few people who play from EU. I think so. For instance, like when I'm trying to like push hard, it's easier for me if I just play either solo or with US viewers. Just kind of how it is. It's fine. I can deal with it. Yeah, it's 600 trophies. I mean, like, that's kind of the way I look at it. If you were like pushing to masters or whatever, I'd be like, maybe don't add me. Well, for a couple of reasons. One, because of lag, but other because of I'm not good enough. Bro, we got him pushed back so hard. Holy fuck, this Lily. Nice. Oof. There's two for Mayonnaise, so the delay goes to David. Is that really how that works? I thought since I was host, it would be like whoever. I mean, I think the delay goes both ways too. I could be wrong. Maybe that makes sense because, like, two of my most regular viewers, Dan and Hitman, are like, yeah, you're on NA servers right now. See, that's the problem too. Is like I don't know when I have delay very well. Because I don't know. Also, when I'm streaming, I think there's a lot going on in my brain. So I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I'm like trying to read chat and shit. But I did notice at a certain point, I was like, I think I just play better offline. And a guy was pushing with big rovers was like, bro, that's because of delay. Like you're playing with people in EU all the time and but that would make sense, like, so if there's two of them and just one of me, then I'm the one with delay, even if I'm host. Makes sense. Best part is David's doing better than us. Well, doing better than me. I shouldn't probably say he's doing better than both of us because I'm mostly looking at my stuff. Ooh. Come here, let me kill you. Oh. Man, that was close. Tap. Ah. Those little porter things, the little peeps, whatever they're called. Wow. I didn't do shit, I don't think. What the fuck? Oh, gotta love that one. Just because I did a bunch of damage. That's fair, though. Damage is useful. David, gotta go. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Thank you for saying good luck with the stream. I hope the video you're working on comes out great. Is it your YouTube? If you'd like, I don't have any, I think, mods that should ban it. If you'd like to link the YouTube so that I could... I don't know that if I've subscribed to you or not yet, but for everybody else, feel free. Feel free to link it on in there if you'd like. But otherwise, have a good day, sir. You have a good one. Team code's right over here if you'd like to join. It's about your game where you beat Jero? I don't know how to say that, but hell yeah. What's your YouTube username? Maybe if it doesn't let you put the link in. Okay, this Mandy is fucking my shit up. Damn, nice. Oh, I went too far out. Oh, wait, maybe I do have it. Yeah, buddy. There we go. We'll link it for him. I think it'll let me link. This is Desvid's YouTube channel. I am subscribed. I lied. Feel free to check it out. I'm a fan of what he does, so. Damn. You did good. I did not. Maybe I should switch from this brawler. Who is decent here? We could do like a Spike. Spike seems pretty safe. Bing, 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 ding, bing. Oh, I got the wrong fucking star power on. Where the fuck is he? Oh. How? Oh, fuck. Damn. I did worse. Where are they? Nice. That was a lot better. That's what I'm talking about. Whew. I mean, we just crushed them, so nothing too crazy. Oh, you're gonna head out? GG's to you as well. Thanks for stopping by, dude. It was fun playing some games. I'm glad we ended on a win. Team code is right over here. If you'd like to hop in, feel free to. I'm gonna play a few more. Yeah, I got time for a few more. I think Sprout. I mean, I think Spike is a safer pick when I don't know what other people are gonna pick. Yeah. Wow, lots of Sprouts in this match. 2 throwers on their team. The map is just infested with throwers. Yeah, that's fair. That's what I was going initially. Ah! The thing didn't die. Man, I'm throwing. Fuck. Man, that was no bueno. All right. Team is a little wonky, I'm not gonna lie. The Miko is a wild fucking pick. But that was stupid. The Miko is a wild pick. Wild. All right, maybe I'm not the spike main that I think I am. Oh shit. Maybe I'm not the spike main. Let's see what else we could play here. Yo, what if we, bro? I gotta try out the shade with the shade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what happens when you play with randoms. Never know what to expect. Yeah, but it's 500 trophies, so like, what's the worst that could happen? But Shade, it is possible potentially to carry here. I'd also like to get good with Shade because, man, the pros keep showing him off like he's fucking amazing or some shit. What? How did that not hit? Oh, goddamn. Okay, okay. The Rico's doing good. We just need our super. We need to get out of here. Fuck yeah. We did all right. We did all right with the shade. The Ems wants to play again. Ems did well. I don't know if Ems is generally a brawler that can do super great here, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just skill. As long as you know your limitations, I think we're good here. Crazy time for that. Damn. It's probably good I didn't get that kill though, because I died immediately after. Close. Yeah, we didn't help out much, but... Oh, wow. The M's did awful. The Squeak did amazing. All right. Does she really come out tomorrow in 2 days? Bro, that shade skin is sick. Especially, I don't know if you were here or if I showed you this part when you guys popped in. This is my Brawl Cup Storytime screen. But this is what they gave us. This came in like not everybody got this. Isn't this thing fucking sick? This little chain though that he's wearing is so like dingly though. Would definitely fall off. I'm thinking about hanging it like from here. Maybe like, is this on camera? Oh, kinda. I want to get it on the other end. I'd have to take off my mic though, I think. Maybe I do that. I slide it on up there and stick them right there. Be hanging like this. Yeah. Got to get him in the shot. And then he's not bouncing around on my keychain. Wish I went. Looked like it was a fun experience. Bro, it was very fun. I would definitely say, I don't know where you live, like what country you're in, but if you're ever near one, I would highly recommend. It was very, very fun. Very hype. I don't know. It's also, I feel like I watch the monthly finals a lot of the time. I don't watch all of them, but I watch a lot of them. If you're into it, I would definitely recommend. I was going to look up, because I just Googled it. So if we look up Kaze release date, it said May 29th, which is 2 days from now. Wait, what? No. Maybe on the wiki? It was a very fun experience. When will she come out? So here's what I do know. It's usually 7 days before the Brawl Pass leaves. So we could just check that out, see if that's in fact. So it's 8 days. So yeah, it would be tomorrow. Look up the official Brawl channel. Was that one of the options? You mean on like YouTube or something? This is where I saw it. I think this is what I typed in. Kaze set to be released for early access on May 29th. Which I guess it depends where you live. what date it will be. Because 11 hours from now, so if we go off of it being, it's coming out tomorrow. Yeah. Wait, where do I? So for me, 11, because what I'm used to, right, is basically it's on early access for 7 days. And then you can use all these little credits to unlock them after those 7 days, because the Brawl Pass is done, and basically you open the Brawl Pass and you get, usually you just unlock the Brawler straight up. She's going to cost more. Might get her early access. I think for me, it will be not tomorrow. Well, regardless, for me, it'll be streaming on Thursday. It'll be my Thursday stream is potentially her using her in early access. I don't know how much. Let's see if we can find out. How much will cause a cost early access? She costs 6,000 plus credits. I think she costs 50. Yeah, she costs 5,500 credits. But how many early access? Whoa, what the fuck? Early access? What is this? I don't know. I don't think we know yet. I think we'll know when it drops. We aren't sure about early access. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking I might get her. It just depends what it is. But that's potentially our next stream. Next stream is potentially just fucking around with her, and I got, let me leave the team. I got 25,000 gold saved up. Probably a shit ton of PowerPoints as well. If I go all the way down here or something. Yeah, 22,000 PowerPoints. I don't know how much it takes. How much coins to max a brawler? That's to level 11. Oh, that includes? No, really? Here, I know it's on the fandom. Credits, Brawl Stars. Yeah. Just trying to figure out what all we can get for. Because she's going to release with a hypercharge as well. I'm wondering, I'm not sure how that's going to get set up, but we'll see. Oh, maybe it's under coins, I mean. Coins? Is that what they're called, or are they called gold? Okay. I just call them gold. So total coins would be 7,000 to get to 11. Plus plus 2 gears, so that's another 2k. Plus a gadget is another k. Plus a star power is another 2k, so that's 5k. Plus another 5k potentially would be 27,000. So I'm basically there. I just need 2k, and then I could max her out. I wouldn't have any choices between stuff, but cool. So that's probably the idea for the next stream. I'll try to grind out. Can I grind out some? Oh, I could just get these. Let's do it. Let's just get a bunch of rewards right now. Boom, boom. I was going to save all these, but it's only like 50 credits every now and then, which doesn't really add up. And getting her early will be content. That's what I'm telling myself in my head. Damn, look at all these. Did we hit it? Did we hit? Yeah, we hit it. Nice. I'm just praying I manage to get her before next year. Yeah, that's super fair, dude. I think it's I think the idea of having one brawler a year that is super cool and very unique, like her, she's very cool. Her design is very fun. The cost for it is very grindy. But I do see, I think at some point that, you know, how many brawlers are realistically going to be in this game? You know? I think to some extent, if I was Supercell, like right now, it is currently difficult for me to find which brawler I want to ban when I play ranked. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, like scrolling through and it's at 91, like imagine when it's double that. Imagine when it's double scrolling through all these. And not just scrolling through them, but like scrolling through and trying to find a specific brawler. Like, go find Gus. Well, let's go by like rarity because that's how it is. I don't even, if I knew his if I memorized the rarities, it'd be a little better. Okay, he was easy to find. But let's find fucking Miko or some shit. I don't know what his rarity is. I scroll through. He's probably around here somewhere. There he is. It just takes so long. Might add a search for brawlers sooner or later. Yeah. But I think if that's part of what I haven't seen talked about a lot, but that's part of my assumption is that, like, look, if everybody unlocks all the brawlers right away, soon we're going to get to a point where we have way too many brawlers. I don't know. I mean, you still got to release them. I wish that they found a way to release them less often. Like if they made ultra legendaries, but only released them once every 2 months or whatever, or made it to where, you know, they're releasing half the brawlers that they are now, I think that would be more of a solution. Like if you go to the credit costs, and if you were to release your brawlers based on how much they cost in credits, like that's how often you do it. So for instance, if it's a 900 credit brawler, it's an epic brawler, it releases 2 every month. But if it's a mythic brawler would be 1 every month. A legendary would be 1 every 2 months, etc. I think maybe that's something more realistic for the future, because 2 every month, especially when you have an ultra legendary in there, people can't keep up, and it makes it to where, yeah, we're gonna have a shit ton of brawlers in the near future. That's just my thoughts. But we shall see. She'll probably be broken, and it'll be fun to play around with her. I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that. It's Ashlyn. Oh, she got a code. It's because you carried it in that Brawl Arena game. Congrats. Oh, WW, she finally got it. Yeah, she deserves it. Good for her. We'll give her nah, we won't. I did give her a like. Hell yeah. Well, cool. I think I'm going to call it a day. Go work on YouTube. The YouTube is in the About Me section, I think below, if you'd like to check it out. But otherwise, it's Ogito. Thanks for the convos. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will be back on Thursday. And I will see you guys then. See ya, it's Ogito.